Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Another hockey talk today. Today I want to have a look at two teams and see their similarities and their differences. You might see the jerseys already. Of course, it's about the Washington Capitals and the Pittsburgh Penguins, the team of Alex Ovechkin, the team of Sidney Crosby. These two still both very, very good players. Ovechkin chasing Gretzky's record, and he might get there this season. And Crosby, latest at the Four Nations, you saw how good this kid. Okay, kid, he's 37. Can you still call him a kid? Anyway, how good he still is. And what a sad state to see him play in Pittsburgh. Anyway, I made a board, so let's go into the board and check the details and the differences between Washington and Pittsburgh. Alright, here we are. Here's the board. Let's check it. What did I write on it? Pittsburgh Penguins right now are 23, 28 and 9 for 60 points at the day of recording. They are 8th and last in the Metro. On the other hand, the Washington Capitals, 38, 12 and 8, 84 points, first in the Metro, first in the East, and yeah, even if they play 500 hockey from now on, they will win the Metro and they should win the East. So this is quite a difference between teams that were on the same level for such a long time. I think this started about the time when Ovi and Crosby were drafted. They were drafted 1 year apart. Was it 2004 and 2005? I guess, I'm not 100% sure right now, but it should be the years when they both were drafted first overall. And since then, both teams had similar development. Very, very good in the regular season. Both teams won Stanley Cups. Both teams won President Trophies. Both were successful for very, very long. They traded away dozens of first-round picks, many second-round picks. They gave up everything to try to be successful. The Capitals, of course, won the Stanley Cup in 2018. The Penguins won the Stanley Cup in 2009, in 2016, and in 2017. What does the roster look like right now? The roster of Pittsburgh, that gives them right now 60 points. Of course, there's Sidney Crosby. He's 37, and I got the players in black that are from the older state and players in red that are from the younger state. Crosby, 8.7 million until 2027. This contract, Sidney, he is still so good, still one of the best players in the league. This contract is good. Yevgeny Malkin, 38, 6.1 million until 2026. Is he still worth 6 million? No. The Penguins should have traded him, not given him a further extension. He is not helping them, he is hurting them. Brian Rust, 32, 5.13 million until 2028. Until he is 35, maybe 36. I don't know when his birthday is exactly. A player good, but not too productive anymore. Rickard Rakell, 31, 5 million until 2028. Exactly the same as Rust. Overpaid for what he does. And now the big bangers. Erik Karlsson, 34, $10 million. And San Jose retains something of his contract until 2027. Any words needed on Erik Karlsson? Chris Letang, 37, 6.1 million until 2028. So for 3 more years, it will take him to 40. Injuries, not that good of a play left in him. I think also his extension was a big mistake, and the Penguins are paying the price right now. On the younger side, I had to dig really deep on Puckpedia to find players 24 or younger to put them on this board. There's Kolyachonok, who is on a $775,000 contract until 2026. Then there's Blomqvist, the goaltender, 23. He's still on his entry-level contract. Non-roster players, we got Rutger McGroarty. The hype was big around him when he came into Pittsburgh. He will play with Sidney, everything will be so good, they will go to the playoffs. He's a non-roster player, he's playing in the AHL the whole season. Then there's Ross, there's Howe, there's Pickering, there's Beliveau, and there's Branicki, and these are all non-roster players who might have played a handful NHL games this year. So They are not in the state to help the Penguins right now. Maybe 2 or 3 years down the line, that's absolutely possible, but right now they are no help. They do not get a chance from Mike Sullivan. Another point, how long is Mike Sullivan the coach of the Pittsburgh Penguins? It's for quite some time. Is it still working? Does he still get the best out of the players? I am absolutely not sure about that. Yeah, he is a great coach, absolutely. He had a great time in Pittsburgh, but does this still work? Or do they need a new language? Do they need new input by a new coach? What Washington did when they brought in a young coach named Spencer Carberry, I think he replaced Peter Laviolette, who is not around in Washington anymore. And yeah, Spencer Carberry is the new voice in the room. He's now here for I think it's the second year. The first year, yeah, they limped into the playoffs and got swept by Florida in the first round. It was not beautiful, but at least they made it to the playoffs. Pittsburgh did not. And this year, they are overachieving. Everything is clicking. They are so good, so fun to watch. They were lucky as well. Yeah, of course. But first, let's go into the contracts and then let's see what happened. As mentioned, 84 points. First in the Metro. They will cruise to the Metro title and they should cruise to the Eastern Conference title. Alex Ovechkin, their highest paid player. He's 39, 9.5 million until 2026. So a contract shorter than Crosby, shorter than Carlson and Letang. 2026 is one more year after this one. But the difference between Ovechkin and all the other guys on the Pittsburgh lineup, he's still productive. He reached 30 goals already. He could break Gretzky's record this year. He's scoring like hell. He's good. He's still producing. Tom Wilson, 30 years of age, 6.5 million until 2031. Yeah, this might be, I wouldn't say a bitter pill to swallow for Washington in the future. Because, yeah, 6.5 is a lot of money, but not too much with the cap rising. And Wilson, who has never been the biggest scorer, but a physical guy, a locker room guy, they will be happy with him. Maybe not until 2031, but into the late 2020s, that will be fine. The other guy, John Carlson, 35, $8 million until 2026. Still good, still productive, very good defensively and productive offensively. And one more year, yeah, that's okay. I'm sure if Ovechkin and Carlson want to come back on 1-year contracts for reduced cap hit, yeah, sure, why not? If Ovi wants to continue playing, let him play. He will score goals until he's 45. Might he go for 1,000 goals? Absolutely possible. But first it's the record, and then next year he has another contract for 9.5 million. He will decide what he will do. And Washington, yeah, they are 84 points first in the Metro. They are doing good, and he is not stopping them, not hindering them. He is a part of Washington being good, and an important part. And yeah, Washington, they were lucky. You are missing Nicholas Backstrom on this board. You're missing TJ Oshie on this board. They would be in the black category for the elder players, but they got injured. They are both on LTIR and expected not to play ever again. And of course, this leaves the cap hit these players had going to LTIR, so that's gone. And Washington very, very wisely used this cap space by bringing in younger players that are still hungry, that have not won anything other than Carlson, Letang, Malkin, Rust, yeah, Crosby as well. They brought in fresh blood, new guys that are important. Like this was of course a gamble, bringing in Pierre-Luc Dubois in the trade with the Los Angeles Kings. Dubois now 26, $8.5 million until 2031. That's a rich contract, that's a long contract. But if Dubois performs as he is this year, and the trade for Darcy Kemper to LA was a gamble for both teams. who wanted to get rid of a bad contract. They both got rid of their bad contracts, and it turned out that the guy they got back has a turnaround year, has a career year, like a contract year. Dubois is definitely doing good this year for Washington. Dylan Strome, who's 27, $5 million until 2028. First line center for the Capitals this year. Brilliant contract, absolutely. Great harmony with Ovi, with Wilson, with all the other players. They are a good team, and Dylan Strome, one of the major points. Then we have Protas, who is 24, $3.38 million until 2029. He is definitely benefiting from the mentorship of Alex Ovechkin. Good call, good contract. McMichael, drafted by the Capitals, 24 years of age, $2.1 million until 2026, so for one more year, and then he's a restricted free agent. He should come into the $5-6 million range for his next contract. He will keep improving. Then we have Roy, 29 years of age, signed as a free agent this year, $5.75 million until 2030. Yeah, for a defenseman, 29 is on the older side, but yeah, for a defenseman, that's still okay. They can play longer than forwards. His presence and stability on the blue line is so great, and it profits John Carlson so much because he has a defensive partner now. Someone that's playing the defensive part, and Carlson can go out and score some points. Yeah, everything is good. Rasmus Sandin, traded to Washington from the Toronto Maple Leafs, and this was a huge mistake by the Leafs. 24 years of age, $4.6 million until 2029. Bargain contract. He is one of the best defensemen the Capitals have right now, together with Roy, together with Carlson. Fantastic. And of course then, Logan Thompson, 28 years of age. They got from Vegas. He signed a contract extension. This year he's still on the $775,000 contract. From next year he will get $5.85 until 2031. One of the best goaltenders in the league. And combine all of these young players with the new voice of Spencer Carberry, this works so good. Yeah, the Capitals, they are overachieving this year. I'm absolutely sure about that. They will most likely not win the East again next year. But next year is next year. And this year, the Capitals are one of the strongest contenders to win the Stanley Cup. Most likely to win the East. Ovi, most likely to break the Wayne Gretzky record for goals scored with 894. It's just working, and it's so much fun to watch. On the other hand, Pittsburgh, it's no fun at all to watch Pittsburgh. Their games, they are making so many mistakes, so much defensive miscues, and their offense is not what it once was. Yeah, Sidney Crosby is still a great player, but if he wants to win anything, if he wants to play a playoff game ever again, he needs to get out of Pittsburgh. Their talent pool is not good enough. All these guys, that they are still in juniors or in the AHL, they're not getting the NHL experience they need because of Mike Sullivan or because they're not good enough. Both. No good points for a team. And yeah, as mentioned, I had to dig deep to find guys 24 or younger to put them on this board that are regulars with Pittsburgh. And Blomqvist is only a regular because of the play of Tristan Jarry was so bad and they waived him. Sad state of Pittsburgh, brilliant state of Washington, and less than 5 years ago, they still were seen as equal in the development. The Capitals took the right turn at the right time, said, okay, we missed the playoffs for a year or two, doesn't matter, give the young guys a chance. And of course they were lucky with now being able to put Backstrom and Oshie on LTIR and using the cap space wisely. On the other hand, Pittsburgh gave $10 million to Erik Karlsson. They extended Malkin until he's 40. They extended Letang until he's 40. This is not a wise way to spend your money. Have to commit that. Kyle Dubas might be a good general manager. He did not prove it until this point. Or were these contracts signed by Ron Hextall? I don't know exactly. But Kyle Dubas has to deal with the situation he has right now. And let's see. The signs are clearly that Pittsburgh needs more than a retool. They need a complete rebuild. Their junior system is too weak, and all the players they have are too old. And Crosby, if he wants to win anything, if he wants to play a playoff game ever again, he has to get out of Pittsburgh. Okay, that are my thoughts on Pittsburgh and Washington and the differences and the similarities. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let's have a little discussion about these two teams. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and see you soon. Hockey Talk here on the channel. Until then, have a good time. Goodbye.